Hi everyone, it's Kathy Maxon. Today I'm going to show you how to do a crushed can arrangement. So basically I have a can here. The can that I do have, it was my whole tomatoes that I use for my spaghetti sauce, 28 ounce. So it's a 28 ounce can. We're going to paint it. What we're first going to do is paint it with some chalk paint. And then I'm going to crush just the bottom half, and then we'll fill it with an arrangement. So basically after you cut it open, you're going to want to take the bottom out as well. So you can use a bigger can, you can use a smaller can. So I have a sanding block that what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand like where the sharp edges are. Rougher side. So I just want to sand, get the rough edges off, just so nobody cuts themselves. That still feels a little rough. Even do the inside. I even do have a little small piece of sandpaper. That way you can just like V-fold it and you can get both the inside and the outside. So whatever you want to do. I think this is a spot that's kind of rough. Still feels kind of rough. So you want to do both sides. I'm going to take this so I can get the inside as well at the same time. And then I'm just going to kind of scratch up the can a little just so it will take and hold the paint better. Okay. Clean off our mess. I do have a little wet wipe here. I can wipe off the can. Get where the label sticks, you'll want to get the gooby gone and get rid of the label glue. Okay. So I've got a piece of wax paper here, and I got, like I said, white chalk paint, Waverly. Roll it, will help mix it up. Bought this at Walmart. I tried acrylic paint and that was not working for me. I just bought this. Guess I should have opened it first. Set that over there. Get another wet wipe. Handy having some, we just buy the baby wipes, baby wipes in the baby section. Because we used to wipe our dog's feet, so I always had baby wipes on hand. I don't have a paper towel. Just to make sure I get there's any baby wipe film on there still. Okay, so we're gonna paint the whole thing. I tried acrylic paint And the acrylic paint didn't seem to do very well for me. It wasn't going on this thick, so I think you're going to want to stick with chalk paint. You know, we might need 2 coats. I want to get nice and smooth, because what we are going to do is we are going to Modge Podge a napkin on the front of it. So that is how we will decorate the front of the can. We'll punch some holes in the sides so we can put some twine. So if you want, it could be like a little hanging arrangement. You can always glue it to, like, if you have a small cans, you can do a couple arrangements and put them on a piece of board. So yes, this went on really nice. Try to get this all smoothed out. Put that down for a second. So you kind of, we're going to use the seam in the back. So opposite the seam is, you know, obviously the front of the can that we're going to be using. So I kind of want to make that the prettiest, smoothest. So I think I may turn my hand this way, go this way from the seam. So I don't know if you can see some of the drips in that. So I'm just trying to smooth all that out. Okay, that looks pretty smooth for the first layer. I do have some here at the seam. Just trying to smooth it out as best I can. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'll probably be putting on a second coat. We'll do a little on the inside. Looks like I got some drips on the inside, but I will paint a little bit on the inside going down. So I'll let that dry really good, and then I'll put another coat on. Okay, I have the can painted. I used 2 coats. And what I'm going to do with the seam in the back, I don't know if you can see that. I have the seam in the back. I guess you can pick which top or bottom you want at the top or the bottom. So we'll do this. We'll go back to that. We'll do this way. What we're going to do is we're going to press. I'm going from the center, and I'm trying to press downward. So that's how much I got it smashed. So then all you're going to do is keep pushing that down, because you want it as close as you can. So I'm going to take an old rag here. I'm going to take my pliers, and I'm going to try to squeeze it better with my pliers. But I don't want to get the can all marked up, if that makes sense. If you have a vise, you can squeeze it in a vise. So it's getting a little closer. We're just going to keep squeezing till I can get it as close as I can. Now you may have to go in and touch up the paint again. I kind of want to get this. Maybe we can even squeeze it a little more up top here. to help. So if I squeeze it maybe a little more there, this will help. So I'm just going to keep squeezing this, and I'll show you what it looks like. I may go out my husband in the garage and go in my husband's tool and use his clamp, his vice clamp. Okay, using the vise, once you get it squished as much as you can with your hands, using the vise helped so much better. You can kind of see there are going to be some paint I'm going to have to touch up, but I will probably touch up the paint after, because it's on the corners and stuff. I will touch up the paint because it's only along the bottom before I think I may put some lace. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do, this is the napkins that I got. I got them, I believe this was from Dollar General. So, of course, I have scissors down here. And then what we're going to do with our napkin, we're going to get to the 1 ply. These said they were, I don't know if they said or not, but I just want to get down to 1 ply. Because then we're just going to Modge Podge this on. So you're just going to separate your napkin. So then this is what we're going to put. Decide, you know, you want the butterflies on here. You know, do we want it further down? Do you like maybe this big pink flower on? So we're just going to Modge Podge the front of this. Okay, I ran upstairs, got some scissors, so I'm actually going to cut the napkin down so we're not working with such a big piece. And if you want, you can even use some of these on the back. So this is going to be our front. If you want, you can even kind of crease it to where you're going to want it to go. And I'm going to show you little trick. Let me put, I'm going to put some parchment paper so it doesn't get my, I have a piece of cardboard on the table. So you just wet your paintbrush. And then that will help cut down where you want, you know, so it'll cut down your napkin. And plus it doesn't give it a nice, it gives it a nice, you know, like a tear edge instead of just a plain old cut edge. So I'm getting it wet and I'm kind of separating my fingers when the paintbrush is going through. And then you can just do that to all your sides. So we can make it as small as we can. Okay, I got the whole piece cut out. I even cut out some of the pieces that were also on the napkin that maybe we'll put them on the back. That's what I got. So I'm just going to Modge Podge the front. So I'm going to Modge Podge the front. I got a nice good coat on that. And then I'm just gonna I'm gonna start, I'm gonna flip it this way. I'm gonna start in the middle and smooth it out. If you want to see those lines from your can, you rub too hard, we're gonna make a hole. So just kind of start from the center and work your way out to get the bubbles out. So then what we can do here, I'm just gonna go over the ends so they'll stay attached to the bottom. I'm going to do the sides as well, just to stick it down. The side as well. And we're going to do the top. Try not to get too much. And then I'm just going to kind of, just want to get the glue, so it doesn't, I don't know if you can see how it sticks up a little. I just want to get that pressed down so it stays down. And I'm coming, and then I'm going to carefully Modge Podge over top. I don't know if I needed to let it dry or not. This is like the first time I'm making this, so I'm learning with you on the do's and the don'ts. But it is, I probably should have waited till it dried, because I am seeing that I'm making more bubbles. This is just going to seal it up. So that's what we have. Look how pretty that looks. Let me get this out of the way. Look how pretty that front of that looks. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, I'm going to gun-ho this. I'm going to keep going even though it's wet. You should probably wait till it dries to do your next step. You can either get one of those rounds, the 2-pack round disc from Dollar Tree. I think this may have come from Dollar Tree. The Floral Foam, I've just cut a piece off. This piece is 2.9 by 3.9. So, you know, we're actually, when I tried to fit this in here, oh, as you can see too, I also did the paint kind of down a little because I didn't want to show the can, because when we go put our floral arrangement in there, I wanted to make sure I had a little bit. So you can stick your half of your round disc, cut it in half, or like I said, I just cut a chunk. This is probably about 1.5 inches. And it doesn't matter if it sticks up a little bit or not, but I got my hot glue gun plugged in over here, waiting to, so I'm just going to throw the glue on the bottom of this. I don't know if you can see me off to this side. My glue gun didn't reach very far. So I'm just going to hold that in for a second. As you can see, I got some napkin on my thumb with the Modge Podge. And then I got some moss over on the side here. What we'll do is we'll throw some moss in it. Moss makes a mess. which you probably should definitely wait till your glue dries. We don't want our moss sticking to it. There we go, we got some moss in there. Let me clean this up now. And what I plan on doing on the bottom, I have some lace trim that I bought from the Dollar Tree. But what we can do is we can put, then that will help hide any imperfections on the bottom. You can actually do this all the way around. But I'll let the glue dry. We'll add that later. And then I got some florals from the Dollar Tree. We got a pink, we got some green. So I'm just going to cut the stems. Just going to cut them off from the main one. I usually push my leaves up. Let me move this out of the way so I don't. I guess I should cut some of those a little longer, you know, cut some longer, some shorter, you know, to give your arrangement different heights. There's some pink ones. I got these green ones, but it's like a lighter green. It's minty, like a minty color green. Trying to get the rest of this label off. Didn't come off very well. Push my leaves up. You can get any kind of napkins. I also picked up from Walmart. They had some flag, and on the back side has a pickup truck with some fireworks. So you can make something for the 4th of July. You have Labor Day still. Okay. And then I got these yellow ones. So these yellow ones will give me kind of wispy looks. My petals are coming off. So cut those. That one doesn't have any greenery. I don't know if I like that greenery. And so then basically we're just going to start putting them in. You can, you know, hot glue them in, but just get them into your foam. You can always then change them out. You know, I have some taller ones. Shorter ones. Let that one turn on me. Pink ones down here in front. You can too, like I said, you can be putting this on a piece of wood. You can, you know, paint the wood, you know, just some scrap wood that you have. You can glue them to the back. Stick in some yellow. I meant to, I don't have anything to cut holes, but I plan on cutting holes, popping a little circle hole here and a little circle hole here, and I'm going to hang it on a hanger. I'm just going to probably use twine. Looks like I'm back on now, I think. I think my phone may have gone away. I don't know. I think I might go find me some maybe more yellow flowers to add, or maybe different pink ones. Let me go up in my stash and see. Okay, I did find these. They got little pink, little yellow, and then I found these longer yellow ones. So I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to kind of take out, you know, one of those in the front. You know, so I have different size florals in there. Let me cut some of these yellow ones. You know, maybe we let the yellow ones kind of, you know, come down in the front a little bit. Do one on the other side. You know, make it your own. I shouldn't have grabbed that one because it was kind of all twisted. So, you know, just to give a little color here and there, you know, and then it'll look cute if it's hanging up. I really don't like this one. I need something more. Maybe I'll just use one of these straighter ones. Maybe it'll actually bend the way I want it. Or not. But you see what I'm getting at. Just push this green one in a little more. I was trying. Just so you have color everywhere. You know, this one kind of went back to the back. I think this one I'm going to cut off a little bit. It's too long. Can't say I really like that yellow one there, but you know, hanging on the wall, you know, it's gonna be kind of flat, you know, up against the side. But that's what we have. I'll try to get a picture of it. I gotta get holes punched on the sides, and I'll hang it up, and I'll get a picture for you so you can see what it looks like all done. But that is pretty much it. My napkin is dry. I'm gonna go touch up some of this paint on the bottom, and then, like I said again, you know, I cut this stuff out from the napkin. Sorry, that's my dog Lily. You know, we can add more, you know, to the back. But for now I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna get some holes punched in the side, and I'm gonna get a picture of it hanging up so you guys see what it looks like. Thanks for watching.